bitch, we be open.
What's your opinion on DL, aka Download Undercover Men in Metro Detroit?
Everywhere you look, if you open up the app, it's nothing but blank profiles. But it's, I feel like, I feel like it's very, okay, so I'm not the type to be like, you know, you need to come out because I don't know your situation. It could be dangerous, you know. Let's be real, you know. But I feel like it's because of the place that we're already in, you know. Not saying that Detroit metro area, you know, all this is bad, but you know, But I feel like it's frightening sometimes. You know, you don't know what people look like, and I'm like, I make it a rule, and I was like, I can't, I don't even want to meet you. I can't if I don't see your face because I need to know who I'm looking at. I need to be able to talk to somebody. And to be honest, I'm not gonna date you if you're DL. Nothing against you, but I'm like, it's not gonna benefit me in any way. It's not gonna be a healthy relationship because I want to go out, do dates. So like, you know, I'm nobody's secret. That's not what we're gonna be.
Opinion. Gosh. So, bitch body code, okay? I am a cold piece. Okay, this is a rougher day for your girl, but I am a cold piece. Popping in places that some of these girls is getting filled to pop in. Period. But at the same time, I assumingly attract a certain type of individual. And this is oftentimes DL men. Without giving too much of my tea, your girl been in these streets for a long time. I come from a good ass home. I come from a good ass family. We weren't rich, but we were good. My mom and dad took care of me, take care of me to this day. My grandmother, my aunts, my people, my village. But I did my shit. I was out here like most of us were. You know, 12, 13 years old on Black Planet. You know what I'm saying? Out here. That's who I was. I started fucking around with DL niggas when I was like 12, 13. These niggas telling me, like, if you say something to me in the street, I'll kill you. I'll beat your ass. These were the niggas I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That was my reality. I learned very quickly how I should proceed. I knew when it's DL, it's DL. No matter what, you let that shit be led by that nigga. That's violent. That's toxic. To this day, one of the biggest battles I have with dating is oftentimes not feeling good enough because I allowed DL men to cultivate who I was and how I wanted to be seen. You know? And I'm not getting emotional about it, but it's emotional because that's real as fuck. Like, we went through that shit. Like, we only knew that our bodies is what gave us love because that's what was the intake in. You know what I'm saying? And when you land here with this man, and this nigga just done banged you out, don't even give a fuck about you, but he say, yeah, so what you doing for the rest of the night? Nigga, you feel good. You feel like, damn, you care? You know what I'm saying? And you let that man come back. You know what I'm saying? You let him come back. And then that conversation dwindles more and more, and eventually it's just, yeah, I'm pulling up. Can you come out? You know what I'm saying? And we look at that as normal, so we look for the next quick thing. And sometimes we get scared to actually be vulnerable, because that's what my fear is being vulnerable, because I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be let down because I know what I'm willing to give. That's why my friendships and my relationships I have, like within my families and outside, they are so important because I give it all. I give that love and support, and that's what I want. Where is it at though?
Wrapping things up, what is like a good story that you've like, you know, obtained from like the apps or like being on dating apps, whether it was Jack or Grindr, like what's like a good story that, you know, you encountered? A good story that I encountered on a dating app, just finding real love. Like it is a possibility, you know, because regardless, of course, relationships don't work all the time, but I will say the 3 relationships that I've had on there, yes, it was 3. I actually really love those guys, and some I still love to this day, and we have a respect for each other, and hey, it's a possibility.
Well, first I'll start by addressing people who are going through similar struggles as myself. Dating is hard, but once you find somebody, it will be worth it. Don't change yourself to kind of fit stereotypes, or change yourself to fit expectations, or change yourself to prove yourself to people. If they don't see you as worthy or worth it or beautiful, then they're not for you and don't have your best interest in mind. So don't drive yourself crazy trying to do the most for people who are not going to do the least for you.
What message would you like to give to fellow Black men concerning dating and not so culturally open areas?
Be honest. Don't try to be what other people want you to be. Because things are so much easier when you're honest. And you'll find people that genuinely want you for you.
Be real with yourself, you know? And I know that it's hard to like get into the conversations around coming out, but don't use somebody. If it's somebody you're attracted to, give them who you want them, like give them yourself. Open yourself up. Because that's the issue. People are not open. People are not open. People want love and they want it hard. Everybody does. Get rid of the labels. Get rid of the standards. Look at people for who they are, like bare bone flesh human beings who have emotions and feelings and hearts. And I promise you, the person you're looking for probably has been in front of you the entire time. And I know that's so fucking cliche, but just think about it. It's not the person you talk to all the time, but they've been there the entire time. Open yourself up and stop trying to make it one way. Let's get rid of the binaries. Let's get rid of the social norms, and let's just be who the fuck we are.
So dating in Michigan, do you think it's easy for a person of color versus, someone of another race? And we can talk as specific as just like dating in Ann Arbor, dating in like Hamtramck, dating in Michigan. Do you think it's like easier with like, the apps, the clubs that we have offered, etc.? And I want you just to be raw and like, as honest as possible. Like from like your friends and like what they choose to like and whatever. Do you feel like,
I would say, speaking back to you mentioned bubbles, I would say that the created bubbles are the only ways that I would say for people of color, my own experience, that we have to like meet people and like coexist as far as dating or just meeting people in that type of situation. I feel like other races have a little more awareness, and I don't feel like they're so much in a bubble. African Americans, a lot of people haven't been to college, so they don't have that type of environment to go. They haven't really been in healthy upbringings with their parents, mother and father, and dating and whatever. Like, I just feel like in the Black community we're led to like little bubbles because we find it out by someone else. Like someone else tell you like, hey, I use this app, I meet guys all the time, or even in the clubs in here in Michigan, the ones that are like more so driven for Black people, it's maybe like 2. You know what I'm saying? Like all the other ones are like for the white community or other races that I've seen. I've seen Indian, I've seen Hispanic, I've seen all other races in many of the other clubs, but it just seemed like when it comes to the Black community, it seemed like we're limited in where we could meet people, where we can go and hang out, and other people are like us. I feel like Michigan is a poor place to meet people.
And you're always comfortable in these places. Like if you were to walk in a room with Pronto, like you wouldn't need like 12 drinks to, feel a part of this place. Would you feel like accepted walking into like these, like how do you feel like in these places?
Not in my own communities. In my own communities, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel free. I feel like there's a lot of insecurities and a lot of people trying to find themselves, and I feel like people do need to drink a lot to try to blend in or just fit in or be comfortable. Other places that I've been, like I said, like Pronto or Necto or any other place outside of the few places where Black people can go hang out, I don't feel I need to do all that. I don't have to have a drink. There's always people who's there who just ready to have a good time, and I don't think their mind is so in a space of being in a bubble. They have a better outlook on things.
So guys at Pronto, more guys at Pronto will come up and talk to you versus the Woolworth.
Yes, I would say it'd be more guys at Pronto that would talk. I would say they're more open-minded. I would say the guys maybe at the Woolworth or somewhere in the Black community, they're more closed-minded because of the bubble spaces, you know, that they're in. Like, they're more superficial. I feel like a place like Pronto or Necto, I feel like a person would be more optimistic, more open to meet new people, not so withdrawn and like closed-minded.
Well, before we close this, do you have anything else like you would like to say about being Black in the dating community?
I would like to say that I don't know, you really just have to, despite the apps trying to help, I don't know, in whatever way that you may feel like they can help, I don't feel like the dating apps are a good place to date. I don't feel like clubs are places to date. I feel like those are places to just have a good time. I feel like you have to kind of create your own way of dating to get to know people, other than just being in a bubble of on an app or going to the club. Because me, after a couple years, I went to see, like, you know, I feel like I'm not gonna find anybody, but you realize that you've only been looking in two places.